Put your hands together for Manish Arora.
Comes a stinging rain. See you driving nails into the souls of the tree of pain. From a firefly.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Masaba Gupta. Ladies and gentlemen, Rohit and Rahul, let's hear it. One more photo op in the center of the stage, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Shantanu and Nikhil.
In the howling wind comes a stinging rain. See you driving nails into the souls of the tree of pain. From a firefly, a red orange glow. See the face of fear running scared in the valley below.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Amit Agarwal was unwell this afternoon and couldn't be with us. Let's hear it for Amit Agarwal. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was
Hello, hello. Oh my God, what an introduction you give me. You make me feel ancient. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 12th edition of the Blenders Pride Fashion Tour. I have no idea what's wrong with the fashion industry. I mean, they're working on a Monday afternoon these days. I mean, it's never happened when I was around. When I was around, I mean, we were in this revolution of, the fashion industry, and there were few designers who were coming out there trying to do their thing. Very few shows, each one with a distinct style, and I think all that helped me to grow, evolve into going into the movies, being now producing a film. And the fashion industry has given me a lot, and I've always observed it extremely closely, and I'm so proud today to see how wonderfully it has grown with such wonderful talent out there. And it's been, 2 decades, I guess, and this industry is finally out there doing fantastic work internationally, in India, everywhere, contributing tremendously. And similarly with Blenders Pride, the fashion tour that they do. I mean, it's an insane property. I saw it at its infant stage. I remember going for the first show and seeing it, and it's the 12th edition of it now. It's been 12 years, and time really flies. And I think a really, really difficult task to bring the designers under one roof. I mean, I don't know anybody who could have done that, different designers to come together under one roof. It's not very acceptable, at least when I was around. At that time, designers did their own shows, they were bitchy about each other. And I think what happens now is you get kind of united, you bring a unity towards them. There's a healthiness in their camaraderie, and it's wonderful to see that. You can share each other's opinions and views upon an industry, and that's the best way for an industry to grow. And I think Blenders Pride Fashion Tour does that, allows people to do that, and that's really, really great. So that's wonderful. And talking about discussions, what we're going to discuss today is we're going to go deeper and break down style. Now, what is style? What it means to people. And I'm very interested to be a part of this conversation with this wonderful panel of designers who are going to come here.
ladies and gentlemen, before we get to the panel discussion and as we prepare for it, I would like to introduce our music curator for this afternoon. A man who is changing the electronica indie scene in India at the moment. He's an incredible talent. He's one half of the Medieval Pundits. I'm sure you're all very, very familiar with. Please put your hands together for Gaurav Raina. Ladies and gentlemen, Gaurav Raina. Gaurav, please take your seat. We're going to begin the panel discussion soon. So I'm going to hand over to you, Arjun.
Okay, come sit, Gaurav. That was nice in the middle of all my talk, suddenly popping up there. Okay. So, where was I? I mean, so what we're going to discuss today and with this panel that's going to come, and I'm very interested to be a part of this discussion, is the reflections of style. What does reflections of style mean to us? And this wonderful panel is going to discuss it with us. I'm really intrigued to know, because I keep getting thrown with this question that has become very boring for me every time I do an interview, where everybody says, "Oh, Arjun, what's your style statement?" And I think I've started giving very boring answers to that. So hopefully I get a more insight into style and what style really is. So please put your hands together for these wonderful designers, our panel for this afternoon. Where are these designers? Can you come up? Or are they going to pop up from somewhere again? welcome the heavyweights, the serious people of this fashion industry. Take a picture? Okay, we got to take a picture for all of them first, and then they won't disturb us anymore. Come on. So you guys know what we're discussing, right? Yeah, you're clear? Okay. Yeah, this season is about reflections of style, right? And so who do we start with here? We'll start with the youngest one there. She looks very pretty and attractive in all her prints. Masaba,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, what does Masaba mean? I really wanted to know the name Masaba.
Well, it means princess in Swahili.
Ah, but you are a princess, that's for sure. Okay, and I was told that you got into this, you dabbled with a lot of other things, and then you had your calling in fashion, and how did that happen?
Well, yeah, I tried a bunch of things before I sort of found myself in fashion. I was dancing for a long time, and I'm trained in music, so I was singing in London, and then I came back and found myself at fashion school, and then at Fashion Week. So it's been sort of a fluke, but a happy one. So
Fluke.
a big fluke.
Nice to have flukes like this come into your life. So what is your idea of reflections of style? Like if you say, what is it? Like, does it come inherently from within you, or is it something that inspires you, and how does it go?
I think for me, it's sort of a mix of two things. One is that my style is actually a big sort of melting pot of both my cultures. You know, where I come from, where I grew up, all the people that I've met, all the women that I've interacted with, I think that's what my style is about. Secondly, I think all the people that you see on the street, all the wonderful women so effortlessly dressed every day and, you know, just going about their day, I think for me that is true style. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Are you guys satisfied with that? Okay,
I'll
but
leave the
now
rest to
from this youngster, we'll go to this veteran. And I saw this guy in, the first time I met him, he was a little kid, a little boy, who used to run around Rohit Bal's studio. He was mad, eccentric, and I met him 24 years ago, and 24 years later, he's still the same, hasn't changed a bit. He changed the way styling happened on the runway. He brought his own cutting edge vibe to it. Today he's very easily become a big international name, and he's right there. This madman, okay?
Thank you. I assume that's me.
Dude, how did your voice change first?
No, it hasn't changed. It's been like this.
No, you weren't like that. You were,
Yeah, well, not.
or maybe it
24
was
years
cracking
ago.
at that time, and then it just kept cracking.
I think I don't stop smoking. I enjoy it. So maybe that's the reason.
So, but I want to get into this guy's head. I think he's one of the most stylish guys. Okay, he's completely crazy. And your idea, where does this come from? Where does this creation of yours, and it's very, very distinctly you know?
My work is exactly the part of my personality. So it's really extension of me. And I think I'm very honest to what I do, and that shows I really am what my work is. I don't work, I'm on a permanent holiday because I love my work so much.
But tell me, like when you design, right, and you make clothes, They're clothes which people see and they say, oh my God, I've got to have huge guts to wear something like that. Okay, and at the same time you have this cult of people, you know, who swear by just yours designs and they carry it off perfectly. Don't you feel scared, like from a business point of view, like how much am I going to sell, what's going to happen, all of that?
I think fashion is about making a statement. It's not about making what people want you to make. It's about making people you want them to wear. And that's what fashion is for me. And pretty much I'm still trying to do that. That's how it is, fashion internationally. Designers have their own personal style and you make your own tribe who believe in you and start following you. That's what fashion is supposed to be.
It's amazing because he has truly, truly defined style on a totally different level, and all the best, bro.
Thank you.
So who should we speak to now? The lady with the red lips? You shouldn't be saying these things. There are two ladies. I need to talk to you. This guy is a great guy, and I love his style, and I love whenever both of them style me. I've done work with them. And why I love them is because when you wear their clothes, okay, you feel 10 years younger. And he makes you look much fitter than you actually are. Okay, and so tell us, boys, Nikhil and Shantanu. What are your reflections on style?
Reflection on style, you know, for me it's always been kind of inside out. How I feel is who I am, and I'm very verbose about it. Every day I'm a new crazy guy, waking up in the morning, being somebody I want to be that day, and every day is a new day for me, man. So
what you got on your hand?
Oh, this.
So what you got on your hand, is that style or is that an injury?
There was some incredible duct tape lying at the back, and I was thinking to use it for my tennis grip, so I was just trying it out. It's pretty incredible. It's made out of fabric, so just having fun.
Tennis grip?
It's got a nice texture to it, so maybe.
Wow, and Shantanu?
Yes. So you know, I'm the complete opposite of him, yeah? So it's two reflections, one brand, so you multiply the reflections of style. For me, as much as the brand stands for reinventing India and sort of bringing something from the past, and I truly believe that style has an expression and reflection to time. So we tend to bring that time back into its relevant stage and just sort of contemporize and modernize it in the most minimalistic form of couture. So I'm a classist at R. Arjun, and I just sort of play around with a little bit of easy edginess. I can never do what he does. So I'm more inside out, not outside in.
Okay. So do you guys fight a lot about that? I mean, who's inside and who's outside? And I don't know what you all are talking about. But
When you say inside, outside, in our business, you have to be a little careful.
okay.
Well, inside, outside, in our case, is on the tennis court. So if the ball is inside the court, it's my point.
Okay. Okay.
So that's how Shantanu and I, we don't
And
fight.
what if somebody double falls? Then what happens?
We restart the match again.
Okay.
But Shantanu and I always, we only fight on the court or on a sports field, whether it's cricket, tennis, or swim. It's never at work. Touch wood. So far, it's been good.
Okay. And then there's this wonderful couple here. Okay. Shane and Falguni.
Hi, Arjun.
Hey. What, you don't like Indians or what? You keep designing for all these international people. Lady Gaga, Fergie, who else? Rihanna, Paris Hilton. हमारे लिए भी बना लो यार कुछ कपड़े.
I'm sure you wouldn't look good in that.
No, so tell us your reflections of style, this wonderful, clientele that you have, okay, and they swear by you, and so what inspires you guys, and what do you think is reflections of style for you?
I think we are very music inspired. You know, a lot of our clothes that we make are more sort of musicians and real people, of course, but I think the most amount, I think we really enjoy creatively designing for these guys. The process is really challenging. And both of us have our whatever. We want to kill each other at work.
You have your whatever, kill
We
each
really
other.
want to
I
kill
mean,
each
what
other.
is this way of working? Yeah? I thought, so maybe Blender's Pride kind of unites all of you together, the fashion tour.
I'm quite inspired by Shantanu and Nikhil. They don't fight at work.
That's a
try that
lie.
for-
though.
We're not married, you see.
We tried that for 5 minutes, it doesn't work, but
And who should we go to now? Don't look so nervous, Rohit. No, but I'm going to go to this man, Rajesh Pratap. Every time I meet him, he looks at me, he smiles, nods, but he never speaks. Okay? And I remember the first, I'm wearing, in fact, his jacket today. It's a cool jacket, right? Okay, Rajesh, how would you style this differently on me?
You're just fine.
See, I have to get something more out of this guy. Okay, come on now. I've got my moment with you here. I love your clothes. I love them. I mean, you know, you've made it very classic. And what I love about clothing is comfort. And there's no better with a great cut, you know. And you get the great cuts. Like what I'm wearing is like, what? This is like a bomber jacket meets bandgala. What is it?
Something like
Yeah, it's better like with it like this or like that.
that. Whatever you are comfortable
Kuch
with.
bol de yaar. I'm trying. Come on, tell us, what are reflections of style for you?
I don't know. I still don't know what style is. At times, it's really it's a word which is being used a lot, like inspiration in trade. I think it's for me. It's just about making clothes. It's important how I make them, how the fabric is made. It's the construction and the engineering which excites me. I think that's what it is for me.
Yeah, but how do you keep changing and evolving yourself? You've evolved hugely. I've seen that. I mean, at first it was just shirts. You know, you really used to focus on shirts. And I'm talking about like 20 years ago, right? And from there, I mean, I've just seen this huge transformation in you.
So it was always jackets for me. It was easy to sell shirts. So I trained as a jacket maker post school. So that's what I worked on, and yeah, it just kept evolving. I don't really work. I don't really think about the DNA. I just work on construction and the engineering and how the fabric is made. So that's important for me.
And so the technology changes. What happened? Do you use technology a lot?
I do, but I use things which are very, very high tech, and I mix it with something which is very low tech. I use things which are made in simpler hand looms, and I go into airjet looms, and I mix both of them. I go into materials which are used for high altitude clothing or bulletproof clothing into regular garments. I use metal. It's anything it's construction which excites me. So that I'm basically more excited about that, and style, inspiration, you know, big words come later.
God, he's talking, yeah. Wonderful. And now to this. How do I introduce
What do you have to say?
You know, I don't want to say the wrong things here. Okay, I mean, I really don't. I know these two boys, they're mad, they're crazy, you know, and at the same time, in all that madness and craziness and, you know, large-heartedness towards fashion, because I believe fashion is fun, and Rohit and Rahul represent that, you know, in their clothes, and at the same time you get organized. How do you get organized in all that madness? You get
The
organized.
organization is all about Rahul. He's the organizer. I'm the prankster. I'm the one who
No, that we know.
makes work into fun.
Yeah.
And he's the one who's always organized.
No, but he's also fun, dude.
Yeah, but
You're going to fight, huh? Don't start fighting here. Okay?
No fight.
No, so tell us, okay, you've been in the industry for so long, and I think you are the fastest growing brand today, you know, in this industry, and I feel really proud for both of you. And yes, you guys have done fantastically well. So how do you evolve? What is your reflections of style, and how have you kept yourself going for so many years, motivating yourself?
I think staying true to yourself. I think that's what really matters. It's been so many years, Blender's Pride is 12 years old now. We've been a part of it. I think we meet people, we work in art, we run an art gallery, we meet so many artists, we travel. So architecture, art, meeting people, it just inspires us and you keep on doing some new things. Like look at you, you've worn a bangala with a long t-shirt, that's a reflection of style. It looks lovely on you.
Thank you.
And you're in a naughty mood today.
Am I?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I can see.
Yeah, I always look naughty, man. Okay, I'm a naughty guy. But that's my style.
That's the way you made Rajesh
somebody
speak.
should do that. That's my reflection of style, naughtiness. See, I found an answer. I actually found an answer. What's your style statement?
I
Naughtiness.
think it is just comfort, naughty, be yourself. Just be yourself and feel comfortable in the space you are in. I think that's what style is. I think it's very personal. I think it's each to their own. I feel a person should wear, I wear black all the time. I know because it's concealing a bit. But otherwise I feel a bit, yeah. But I feel that, yes, I think a person should just wear what they can and what they enjoy wearing and what they're comfortable in. Making too much of an effort, going too crazy about and too stressed about what you're going to wear. I think you should just be comfortable and feel happy in what you wear.
Okay, great. So I think that's it from our panel. We've spoken to everybody. Anybody needs to contribute
We need to
anything
speak to
else?
Gaurav.
Anybody wants to ask?
Gaurav.
Gaurav. वो तू तो कपड़े नहीं बनाता है. So what's गाने बनाते हो? So style. Yeah, I mean the most stylish people are musicians. Okay, and when you create your music, okay, and electronica, I mean, it's now become really big, but I've known you for many as well, and the medieval pundits are like iconic people. And it was tough to get and educate people first, you know, and you have a distinct style in your music, of course. So where does that come from? What's the motivation of that?
Well, I
blended
think
into Blender's Pride fashion tour with these designers when you're mixing for them. Do you do something different?
I think my style is obviously related to my music, and that's about my life and my experiences. And you know, growing up in India with in an Indian family, and growing up in clubs at the same time, and then putting it all together, mixing electronica with traditional music and all sorts of things. That's pretty much what Medieval Pundits has always been about, like just how you experience growing up in India in this generation. Well, coming together with these guys, I've been in the fashion industry for a while, doing music for fashion shows, and that's apart from Medieval Pundits. So that's how I've known these people for so long, and I love them. And when Blender's Pride fashion tour started, I thought that it's a good time to get live music back into the scene. So we have live musicians on stage for each of these shows, and I put together interesting mixes of a producer from a different genre, a singer from a different genre, mixed with a couple of live musicians, and I try and curate the show, the music of the show itself, in terms of energy, in terms of vocals.
So you do that live? It's all going live?
Well, there's rehearsals before. So the musicians are live, yes. So there's guitars, there's drums, there's a laptop, there's singers. And in some cases, there are some surprise elements, which will just happen later, and we'll announce them later. But yeah, so it's a whole stage full of live musicians.
And it's rehearsed, or do you get kind of spontaneous somewhere?
Well, we have discussions with them before, so we decide on the flavors.
Okay.
But like right now, I don't really know what each of them is doing, but I have a fairly good idea of what space it'll be in. Western, Indian / edgy, dark, whatever. And so on basis of that, I've created the bands, and then we get into a more in-depth discussion about the music and then take it from there.
Oh, wonderful. So now come on, before we go, I want to ask each one of you, Rajesh, Pratap, tell me, on this panel, who do you think is the most stylish? Not me, huh? I'm out of this.
So
Your most stylish design, one person.
pathetic. For me, it's Carolina.
No, he's out of it too. And then from the designers. Come on. Come on, you're designers, man. I want to have
No,
some
it
fun
can't be
here.
one person. They're all different styles. So all of them have really individual looks, I would say, and that's something
Your
which we
favorite?
they do.
Your favorite. From all the
My
pick
favorite.
one. Quickly, come on.
Impossible.
Come on, you got to be a sport. One.
So there was this guy who was my roommate at NIFT. He was a
ये
horrible.
बहुत बात करने लगा है यार. हाँ, he started talking a lot.
And he's a horrible guy, but the most honest guy I've met in design. And so I guess it'll be him, just because I love him so much, and we're family. So it'll be him.
He's on this panel?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, great. That's you. Okay. Okay, go for it, Masaba. Your favorite
Oh, really?
on this panel?
Manish. I mean,
Oh.
I've grown up on his style, so
Okay.
yeah.
Manish.
I would say Rajesh because he doesn't care about style. Because he doesn't care. That's why. He just dresses the way he wants.
Okay, come on, Rohit.
100% Rajesh. For sure. The coolest and the most chilled out.
Rahul.
If I don't say Rohit, he'll kill me. So, Rohit, come on.
I would say Manish.
Okay.
Manisha.
अरे मार देगी यार. Chooser.
Falguni also. No, I'm talking about style, right? I never copy you. And Nikhil.
It's me.
I keep getting confused by that.
For me, it's Masaba.
Okay, great. Thank you. Hope you guys had a good time. And take a picture and we should get out of here. Okay, let's go. Come on.
Can we have talent on
So thank
stage,
you.
please, to take a photo up? Can we have all the talent on stage? All the models, all the muses? Stand for picture. One photo up with all the talent and their muses. Blenders Pride Fashion Tour 2016. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to have a Q&A with all these wonderful people on stage after the photo op.
Thank you. Now you guys can answer these questions. Yeah, you guys have to stick around here. You all stay here. The press would like to definitely know more about your style.